Hey, Gavin. Why did you bring your parents along with you on our private vacation again? This time we were taking this trip as a way to make up for the lack of a honeymoon taken after we got married, right? We both were busy with work around our time of the wedding, and that's why we couldn't go anywhere after. We even had my parents take the kids so that we could go on this vacation without having anyone else coming along with us, right? So why did you bring your parents along last minute?
What is wrong with you, Alice?
Also, when it comes to our seating on this plane, you three are all sat together while I'm having to sit in a different row all by myself. Why do I have to be all by myself when the row you're in has 4 seats available?
We didn't have a choice in that, okay? Both of my parents wanted to come on this trip with us this morning, so when I went to buy them tickets last minute, I had to change where I sat in order to be together with them.
But what I don't understand is why from the beginning you were sitting in a different row than me on the plane.
Just be happy there were enough seats for the 4 of us to be on the same plane together, Alice. And you got to sit in premium economy, right?
This isn't about me being in a better seat than you guys. And this plane isn't even close to max capacity, so there sure was enough seating for both you and I to have sat together and for the 4 of us to have sat as well.
What's the big deal of going on vacation with both of my parents anyway? This is my way of saying thanks to them for allowing you and me to live in a different house instead of having to live together with them. I'm being a good son.
Listen, Gavin, if you wanted to have your parents come along, then why did you say no to me inviting my parents as well as bringing the kids on this trip? I don't get it.
Oh, come on now. If we brought along everyone on this trip, we'd have to spend way too much money.
I'm not talking about money right now. Honestly, I just wanted this trip to be the 2 of us, yet you went and brought your parents with us last minute.
Are you saying it won't be any fun having my parents along with us?
That is not what I'm saying.
Well, no matter what you have to complain about, they're already with us now, so there's nothing we can do. If you want for just the both of us to go on vacation, we can do that the next time we have a chance.
Oh, whatever, Gavin. I don't care anymore. Alice, I heard that just a little bit ago you had a lot of things to say about my son. Don't forget that our son makes sure we hear about everything. I should have known that he'd show you all those texts. We are sitting right next to him, so of course we'd see what you were saying whether he showed us or not. The fact that you can't even understand that our son is trying to be good to us, wants to be good to us, proves that you're a failure as a wife. Is that the only reason you're texting me right now? To tell me that I'm a failure? I'm just letting you know what I think before we get down to business. I just hope you remember what I've just said to you here. Well, none of what you've just told me helps our relationship anyway, so no thanks. Excuse me? So can we get to what you want to talk to me about now? Oh, that's right. I have to talk with you about this as soon as possible. Listen here, Alice. The hotel that was reserved for us to stay at tonight only had 1 room available. I'm sure you'd love to talk about that now, since there's 4 of us staying there. Originally, this trip was just for Gavin and I to be on, so we only needed 1 room. And since I had no time to tell you and your husband that this morning when you came bursting out of nowhere saying that you were coming as well, we're all stuck with 1 room. I see. I've been aware of that. Since we only have 1 room and there are 4 of us, you're going to be sleeping somewhere else tonight. Huh? You want me to find somewhere else to stay tonight? Gavin's been on his tablet this whole time trying to figure something out for us, but every single hotel in that area is full with no rooms available. And the room that Gavin took at the start only has 1 bed and a couch, so that's where my husband and I, plus Gavin, will be staying tonight. What's so bad about having Gavin sleep on the floor then and allowing me to have the couch? The room is only meant for 3 people max, and since I can't trust what's on hotel room floors, I will not allow anyone to sleep on them. So what you're saying is I'm being forced to sleep somewhere else? Gavin is to blame for this as well, but we're asking you to find somewhere else to sleep tonight. Understood.
Alice, now that my mom has talked with you about what's happening today, we don't expect you to have to crash out in the lobby or anything, but you're going to have to find yourself someplace else to sleep tonight.
Sure. This should mean I can go off on my own and do whatever I want for the rest of this trip without you guys then, right?
What? We're gonna meet up in the airport once we've landed and then go to the hotel like we'd planned before, right? All you'll have to do is sleep somewhere else tonight. We can make a time and place to meet tomorrow and get back to spending this vacation together, right?
Not anymore, though, Gavin. Ugh, I just can't with you anymore. The fact that you just can't seem to understand what the problem is here is going to make me crazy if I keep trying to write things.
Huh?
I'm going to do things by myself when we get there. And I'll find my own way home when it's time because I do not want to take the same plane as you guys.
Hey, Alice!
I'm sure that both your mom and dad are watching this conversation unfold as well, right? Guess I won't need to explain anything to your mom now. See you after this trip is over.
Hey, wait! Hey, Alice! I just went up to your seat and you weren't even there. Did you move to another seat on the plane or something? Answer the damn phone already. You think I'm gonna just stop trying after a few rings? What the hell is going on here? I can't find you anywhere on this plane now. Why the hell are you even that mad with me to begin with? You and your selfishness is so damn childish, Alice. Fine. Go sit wherever the hell you want. I'm betting you're just hiding in the bathroom now anyway.
Gavin, I noticed you left for a little bit after we had dinner. Where are you right now?
Hi, Mom. Perfect timing, actually. There's a hot spring out behind the hotel that's owned by the resort. How about you and Dad go enter that for a little bit and relax?
Wow, I didn't know that this resort had so many amenities.
When this resort was first built, it was known as the only one on the island to have an all-natural hot spring included in it. Normally, it's private and only available to guests that have reserved it weeks in advance, but after asking the front desk, they said a few spots in it just opened up.
Are you not going to come and join us?
There's actually one other reason I wanted to come out here on vacation, so I'm going there now. So while I'm gone, you and Dad can take your time relaxing, and I'll make sure to call you when I'm on my way back. By the way, the front desk is only giving you both an hour, so you'd better get down there and enjoy the hot spring while you can. You have until 10 p.m. to be in there, so go, go, go.
Oh my. I guess I'll have to grab your dad and get down there. I'll grab my towel and everything right now and go with your dad.
Have a relaxing time. Alice, thank you for waiting. I'm getting in a taxi right now and will be on my way to your hotel.
Sounds good. Good work today, by the way, Gavin. Were you able to get them off your back without any issues?
Without any trouble at all, actually. I told them to go and chill in the hot spring for a bit while I dipped, and that's exactly what they both did.
I see. So is that the thing you ordered last minute due to them having the last minute cancellation?
That was it. In other words, that was the last good thing I'm doing for my parents for the rest of my life.
That's right. About 20 minutes ago, I got a call from your older sister. She told me that things went to plan, and after meeting up with her boyfriend, she was able to move into her new condo. Now that she's moved in, they're celebrating with things like wine and pizza.
Oh, is that right?
She also gave me her new phone number because she's going to get rid of her old one after today, so once you arrive here, I'll give it to you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to hear that my older sister was finally able to make her way out of there. And Alice, thank you for helping us out with all of it.
Sure, I'm just happy it all went as planned.
What I'm really happy about, though, is that I no longer have to play the role as the husband who's in love with his mother and father more than his own wife. God, that was so tough for me to do. The amount of times I had to call and text you there to convince my parents that I was really upset with you.
That was quite a lot of calls, and I'm going to have to go through and delete all their notifications now.
I will never ever do anything like that again, I promise you that.
I sure hope you don't. And man, was it tough for me then as well. I knew that your parents were watching you text and call me all the time then, so I had to make sure that all of my texts were believable. Thinking of the best way to make it look as though I didn't love you anymore was the hardest part for me, Gavin. I think that was the very first time we've ever talked to one another like that, right?
I don't think we've ever had a reason to talk to one another like that before.
That's true.
Anywho, I'll see you in a bit here.
Okay, have a safe ride over. I'll be waiting for you in front of the hotel. Gavin, I'd been wondering why you still hadn't come back to the hotel yet. So when I went up to the room to see if you were there, I realized all your things were gone. Did you go back home?
What? You realized I had left a lot sooner than I was hoping. Well, I've finished all I had to do, so that's fine, I guess.
What are you going on about, Gavin? Where are you right now?
I'm at the hotel Alice booked a room at.
Huh? Why are you with her? I thought the plan was for you to be staying with your parents at this hotel tonight without her having to be a part of it.
Are you kidding me, Mom? We planned this vacation to just be the two of us from the very beginning. So that means it's just about Alice and I, and that you and Dad will not be a part of it.
Hold on a second.
Your guys' room had to be paid in advance in order for you guys to stay there, so you don't have to worry about paying for it. But if you're going to order room service or use any of the other amenities at that hotel while you stay, you'll have to pay for all of it.
This has nothing to do with what things we had to pay for. The whole point of this vacation was to teach that smart-mouth-wielding wife of yours her place, and that's why you kicked her out of our plans. You agreed with your dad and I on that plan, right? The whole time we'd been on that plane, you made sure to show us all the things you said to her to make sure she'd learn her place, and that's why we made sure she had to sleep somewhere else tonight.
What are you talking about, Mom? Well, who cares at this point? I guess it's my turn to tell you what our original plan has always been.
Your original plan?
There are actually a couple of goals we wanted to achieve with this, but the biggest one was protecting my wife from your harassment.
Protecting her from my harassment? Are you talking about the way I've been schooling her? All your dad and I have been doing is trying to fix that woman's smart-ass attitude by treating her like the animal she is.
And what you both call her smart-ass character, I like to call her independent attitude. And hasn't it been you acting like a child this whole time, Mom? Tell her she can't be working as a wife and that she can't be making more than me as a wife, and that she has to listen to us because she's my wife, and that she has to bear you more grandchildren because she's my wife. All of those things are unwarranted and childish, Mom. Do you understand that?
Hold on. You should understand that all of those things I said are true and that she must listen to me. Isn't that why you'd been working with me to school her this whole time?
I wasn't working with you to school her, Mom. I was just trying to sell the lie that I actually agreed with what you were doing. No man in their right mind would allow their own mom to actually treat their wife like that. Come on!
What?
You want to know why she's making more than me at her job right now? That's because she's worked for that company longer than I have and does a much more demanding job than I do. All of that money is a result of her hard work and serious work ethic and should not be judged by someone like you. You like to call her a smartass for not listening to you and doing her own thing. But you asking her to quit her job and to spend all of her time doing the chores and cooking and asking her to send you $2,000 a month in order for you to accept her, and you telling her to stop having daughters and start having sons for you, all of that is completely insane and something I never thought would be coming out of my own mom's mouth. Of course she was going to tell you off like that when you demand things as ridiculous as those. Also, what the hell is wrong with us having 2 daughters? It's not like anyone gets to just choose what gender their baby will be when they're made. So don't you freaking dare start blaming that on my wife when it's an impossible standard to be setting.
Wait, is that right?
This is starting to take too much time, so let's end things with that. Tomorrow, Alice and I will be going home to our new house that we picked out.
Huh? You guys moved into a new house?
In other words, we're cutting ties to you now.
Cutting ties to us?
And trying to find out where we are through Alice's family won't work. We already spoke with them a month ago about the plans we had in mind for this trip, and they promised us that they'd block you both today. We're all going to be changing our phone numbers as well when we get back home.
What did you say?
And when it comes to our daughters that we left with Alice's parents, they've been told about this and are excited to be moving into their new home. When this trip is over tomorrow, we'll be completely cutting ties to you and Dad, so there will be no chance for you. So starting tomorrow, you should stop talking to us. No, actually, after this, you can stop thinking about Alice and I being a part of your family and no longer have to text us.
Gavin!
Of course we'll stop sending you and Dad money as well.
What? You can't do that, Gavin!
Bye-bye.
Gavin, no! No! Alice, what the actual hell is going on here? Why? Are you questioning why your daughter is no longer living with you guys in your house? I'm sure after noticing all of her things were gone and her room completely clean that she was long gone, right? So you do know about what happened here. You give me the reason for this right now and tell me where the hell you and Gavin are. I'm not going to tell you where we are, but I suppose I can give you the reason behind why your daughter's left you. I don't need you to sit there babbling on. Just tell me the reason for this right now. Then let me begin. You've been exploiting your daughter for a very long time now, right? That, at least, is what she explained to me. Huh? Back when she was in high school, you forced her to work a part-time job and would take all the money she earned for yourself. And when she became an office woman, you forced her to put 80% of her earnings into your house for your husband and you to spend. The only thing I don't know about is what you and your husband ended up doing with all that money she was forced to give you. But she was never able to use any of her money for herself because for years now, that 20% you allowed her to keep from her paychecks, she's been saving for this reason. She needed the money to move out from your place, but knew that it would take a lot longer than it has to save up that kind of money. But when she found someone to support her, she finally had her chance to escape and find a new home for herself. By the way, this wasn't just what your daughter wanted. There is one other who has experienced the same hell under you and your husband. There's another person? I'm talking about Gavin. He wanted out and made that clear to me when talking with his sister's boyfriend about plans for getting her out. She has a boyfriend? I never knew that she was in a relationship. I've met with him a few times myself, actually. And as for their relationship, they've been together for 3 years now without you ever noticing. There's no way. I should have been able to notice her having feelings for another man. Well, luckily, she had the understanding and help of that man along with Gavin and I. So when I said she had someone to help her get out of your house and not have to save any more money, I was talking about him. She's escaped and is now staying with him at his place. Also, she's gone and left the job she'd been working while staying at your house and will now be taking some time off to relax while she looks for a job that suits her more. That's at least what she told me. Huh? Now, allow me to explain what the point of the whole vacation was about. We knew that you and your husband would want to come along with us on this vacation and would do everything you could to get your son to make it happen. So Gavin purposefully brought it up with the both of you a few days ago. We knew the moment you heard about where we were going and what we'd be doing, you'd force your way in. Hold up. No way. You guys... Your daughter's boyfriend gave us this great idea to use a vacation for Gavin and I to get you and your husband out of the house in order for your daughter to safely run away without either of you noticing. That's why Gavin went ahead and had you and your husband with him while moving me to a different location. He then made it look like we were having a troubled relationship because of the choice you three made, while also working on supposedly getting the four of us to stay in that hotel. He already knew, though, that you wouldn't want me staying there with the three of you, so we made sure to book another hotel room at another hotel so he could come with me when you and your husband weren't around. What the hell? Thank you so much for taking the bait both Gavin and I had laid out for you and letting our plans go without a hitch. Huh? I just heard from Gavin that he got himself a new phone number for his phone. Wait, he got that done already? And it's my turn to get my number changed now. Wait, don't do that yet! Goodbye forever, Maeve. Wait! Everything that happened afterwards, I heard about from the rest of Gavin's family. This was my first time ever hearing this, but it appears that not only was Maeve's husband not working, but neither of them had any savings nor any social security to support them in their later years. In other words, the income that my sister-in-law had and the money Gavin was sending them was their social security. Having just lost both forms of their income and having to soon pay things like bills for the month, both Maeve and her husband went around asking the rest of the family for $2,000. Naturally, after having heard about the situation that had unfolded, every single person they asked told them no in a very disappointed tone. Soon after that all happened, the both of them were exiled by the rest of the family. Having no way of getting any money from the family now, both Maeve and her husband came to the realization that they'd have to work, or else they'd lose their home and starve. They began to search for work to support themselves with, but considering that the both of them are total assholes and old, nobody was willing to hire them in that town. Later, the situation about those two became vague, as the last thing that was seen of those two was them getting into trouble with a group of men on the street. Since then, we have no idea where they both are or what they're having to do now. When it comes to what happened with Gavin and I after that wild ride, we were able to go to our new home and be with our daughters again. And once we were settled down and had all the boxes from the move put into storage, we had both Gavin's sister and her boyfriend over. We celebrated the success of our plan to escape both of their horrible parents, and before the gathering ended, my sister-in-law announced that her and her boyfriend were not engaged and would marry next year. Let me just say, after that exciting news, our little gathering turned into a party, and we didn't end up getting any sleep that night. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Come on now, Alice. When are you going to give up? Are you still refusing to divorce him? Really? After everything I've said to you? What? Don't play dumb with me. You know exactly what you need to do. Me and Drew have known each other since we were kids. We go way back. Way longer than you and him do, anyway. And ever since he had to move away from our town because of his dad's work, we've been in a long-distance romance. And it's been so painful for us to be apart from each other. Sure, maybe he hasn't been contacting me very much lately, but that doesn't change the fact that our feelings for each other are just as strong as they've ever been. And now that a miraculous twist of fate has brought us together, it's only right that we would get married like we've always wanted to. I can picture our wedding, me in my beautiful white dress, him in a dashing tuxedo, and a dartboard with your picture on it. I won't let someone like you steal him away from me, Alice. Drew is mine. He always was mine, and he always will be mine. So stop getting in the way of our love. Divorce him and let us finally be together. Set him free. You know it's the right thing to do. What's miraculous about it? He was always going to move back into town to take over his grandfather's company after he retired. Meanwhile, you stayed in town and married one of your high school classmates, and I seem to recall you've gotten at least a couple of kids now. So, no, it wasn't a twist of fate or anything like that brought us back into town. Drew's grandfather is getting ready to retire, so we moved into town in order to make the transition smoother, that's all. Not to mention, how could you and Drew be in a long-distance romance when you were never in a short-distance romance in the first place? You can lie to yourself about us all you want, Alice, but you know our love is real. It's realer than anything the two of you could ever have. Ours is a love that goes beyond words, beyond actions, beyond distance, beyond time itself. We're soulmates.
It was written in the stars that we would move beyond just being childhood friends to being fully fledged lovers. So please, Alice, I am begging you, don't tear us apart. It's already too much for us to bear. If we have to stay apart for any longer, I think it's going to be the end of us.
I don't believe this. Look, I feel like I need to nip this in the bud, so I'm going to be as straightforward and frank as possible.
Well, spit it out then. Never contact Drew or me ever again. Neither of us want anything to do with you. What?
We know that you're famous in this town for being a delusional psychopath. Everyone knows about you and your antics, and we've been experiencing them firsthand for the last few weeks.
Who told you that? I want names.
Rachel, you are a married woman. Your husband is a successful businessman, and you have 2 children between you. Drew is a married man himself. Think about what impact your actions are having on all of them before you start trying to become a homewrecker.
Homewrecker? Who's the homewrecker? The only person around here doing any home-wrecking is you. You're the one trying to tear me and my true love Drew apart. The only reason I married my husband is because I gave up on waiting for Drew to come back into town to sweep me off my feet. I feel so sorry for doing that to Drew, and I realize now what a horrible mistake I made. But none of that matters anymore now that Drew has finally come back for me.
I just told you, Rachel, Drew did not move back into town to be with you. We moved back into town because Drew will soon be taking over his grandfather's business. That was always our plan. How many times do I need to tell you this for that to sink in? Drew did not come here for you.
How many times do I need to tell you, Alice? Obviously, Drew's plan all along was to marry me once it came time for him to take over his grandpa's company. That's the only reasonable conclusion.
You haven't said a single reasonable thing to me in the entire time I've known you.
You're the unreasonable one, Alice, not me. You're so unreasonable that you can't even see that you're not wanted. Drew gets sick just by looking at that hideous face of yours. Ugh, you make me so mad. What is wrong with you? Why can't you just listen to what I'm telling you? Divorce my Drew right now and get out of our lives forever. We don't want to ever see your face around here again.
Hey, Drew, you're working late again today, right? I'll come straight to your office to pick you up, so let me know once you find out exactly when you'll be finishing up.
Uh-oh. Don't tell me. Is it her again?
You guessed it. It's your old friend, Rachel. She just sent me a barrage of texts with the usual content. And she's currently sitting out in front of our apartment building, waiting for you, I assume.
Oh, for the love of... I have told her countless times that she needs to knock this off. What is wrong with that woman? I'm really glad we went with an apartment building that has a thorough security system. Imagine if we owned our own house and she found the address. There's no telling what she'd do.
Right, locked the front doors, security cameras in every hallway, and an underground parking lot with elevators that go straight into the building.
Okay, thanks for letting me know about that. I'm so sorry you have to deal with this. You have no idea how much trouble she caused me back in middle school. She went around to all the girls in our grade telling them I was her boyfriend and to keep their hands off of me. But to think that she's still keeping this up even after we're both married to other people? She's nuts, that's all there is to it.
Seriously, I used to think that people like her just existed in bad soap operas and corny B movies. It's only been 2 weeks since we moved here, and she's been escalating her harassment every day. You always told me you had a stalker when you were a kid, but I had no idea it was this bad. And when I think about her poor kids and husband and how this must be making them feel, it's all a terrible combination of depressing and scary.
Yeah, that's the worst part for me. About her family, though, I heard an interesting story from an old friend of mine. Apparently, her current marriage was arranged by their parents.
Whoa, an arranged marriage?
At the time, the company her husband runs now was teetering on the brink of bankruptcy, and Rachel's father, an influential businessman in his own right, agreed to supply the company with much-needed funding in exchange for her getting married to the former owner's son.
Wow, that sounds like something medieval European nobility used to do.
Right? It's honestly crazy that either Rachel or her husband consented to it, but for whatever reason they ended up getting married. It gets more interesting, though. Their positions have reversed. Right now, Rachel's dad's company is failing, and her husband's company is the one giving out financial assistance. Seeing as though Rachel's dad did save his company back in the day, it makes sense he would want to return the favor, but it's also a big reason why it would be difficult for him to divorce her. The friend who told me all of this actually is a drinking buddy of Rachel's husband's, and apparently all it takes is a few beers for him to start talking about how badly he wished he had an excuse to get rid of her.
Wow, that is one messy family situation. Yikes.
Right, but knowing how much of a disaster area Rachel is, I can't say I blame him.
Seriously.
Okay, well, I gotta get back to work now, Alice.
Oh, right, you're at work now. I'm sorry, honey, I'll let you go.
Nah, it's fine. I should be thanking you. All I've got left on my plate today is some last-minute preparation for my business trip next week, so I'll probably be leaving in about an hour. I'll call you when I know for sure.
Gotcha. Talk to you later.
Tick-tock, Alice. Every day is one day closer to the day Drew and I will finally be together.
There you are, Rachel. What's up with the stack of divorce papers you left on our mailbox?
Huh? What do you mean?
You know what I mean. You left a stack of divorce papers in our mailbox with your signature on it. Just what do you think you're doing, Rachel? I don't get this at all.
Oh, oopsie-doopsie. Looks like I switched the envelopes. I guess the one I gave to my husband was the one I meant to give to you, and the one you have right now is the one I was supposed to give to my husband.
What?
I guess I should have probably written something on the envelope so I could identify them easier. Would you mind meeting up with my husband and trading envelopes?
Hold on. Does this mean that you actually intended to divorce your husband?
Of course. Drew is finally signaling to me that he's going to leave you for me, and that gave me the courage I needed to kick my useless husband to the curb.
This is giving me a headache. Exactly how is Drew signaling anything to you?
I know everything, Alice. Drew's going out of town on business today, right? Oh, and don't bother trying to hide it. Your daughter told my son all about it at daycare yesterday.
I mean, yes, he is, but what does that have to do with anything?
Aw, you poor thing. You really don't get it, do you? Drew used your daughter to get a message to me through my son. He wanted me to know. Sure, he's telling you it's for business, but the truth is that he's using it as cover to finally be together with me.
No, it's just an ordinary business trip. How can you be this delusional?
You're just telling yourself that to cope with the shame and sadness of your husband abandoning you. But you finally get it now, don't you? After decades of waiting, Drew and I are finally going to be united in love this very night.
I know my words are falling on deaf ears right now, but every single thing that you just said is a bunch of deranged, delusional, psychopathic nonsense.
You really are determined to deny reality, aren't you? But you're too late. I just checked into the same hotel where Drew is staying.
You what? I can't believe this is actually happening.
Yeah, I followed him in his car all the way here. I know he was expecting me, but I still wanted it to be a surprise.
Okay, this has just moved beyond annoying and into the realm of positively terrifying. Don't you dare go near Drew, do you hear me?
I'm just glad they had open rooms available. I don't know what I would have done if they were fully booked. I wonder what Drew's gonna say when he proposes to me. What should I wear? Oh, I'm so excited! But my first order of business is to find Drew's room. I bet he's booked one of the big fancy suites for us to spend our first night in.
Drew, are you in your hotel room right now?
Hey, Alice. Yeah, I am. I just checked in a little while ago. I've got some free time in the evening, so I thought I'd step out of my room for a little bit and take a walk to unwind from the trip.
Don't. Drew, whatever you do, do not leave your room. Lock the door right now.
What's wrong, Alice?
Rachel followed you, Drew. She just rented a room at the same hotel as you. She's out there looking for your room right now. You cannot let her find you. She is out of her frickin' mind.
Are you serious?
Yes, she told me about it by text just now. I don't think she knows what your room number is yet, but you need to make sure she doesn't find out, no matter what.
Okay, I got it, Alice. My God in heaven, she followed me all the way out here. I was joking when I called her my stalker in middle school, but now she's gone and proved me right.
Hey, what are you doing here, Alice? Did you come here just to get in our way again?
For the record, Rachel, I was planning on staying the night here with Drew from the get-go. This isn't anything we decided on the spur of the moment or anything.
Liar!
The only reason we arrived separately is because I had some business to attend to before coming over here.
Then what is going on? Explain yourself.
One of our client companies is celebrating the 30th anniversary of their founding, and they're having the party at this hotel tomorrow. They invited Drew as the successor to his grandfather's company, and Drew asked me to accompany him.
But why would he want you to come along?
Drew's grandfather always had his wife attend these sorts of social events with him in order to have a closer, more familial relationship with his business partners. Since Drew will be taking over for his grandfather soon, he wants me to do the same.
I don't understand.
Let me put this to you in the simplest terms possible. Drew is introducing me to his clients as his wife.
That's not...
One more thing. I'm pregnant with our second child right now.
No, that can't be.
I hope this should all make it very clear that Drew has zero interest in leaving me or marrying you. Well, do you get it now, Rachel?
But Drew is mine.
Good morning, Alice. I'm not too thrilled to say this, but I've decided to allow you to stay married to Drew. Also, if it makes you feel better, I'll let you think that I was mistaken that Drew was going to propose to me. How generous of you.
Oh, and one more thing. Those divorce papers I left at your house, you can throw them away for me. I was a bit flustered at the time, but now that I think about it, I'm quite lucky I gave those to you by mistake. If I had actually given them to my husband, he might have actually divorced me.
Yeah, about those divorce papers, your husband told me that he's already submitted them to the courthouse.
What? He submitted them?
Yep, he just told me about that this morning. Oh no. You see, before I headed over to the hotel yesterday, I stopped by your house to deliver the divorce papers to your husband, just like you asked me to do. I handed him the signed papers, explained the situation, and had a little chat with him before I headed off.
You what?
He said he would call your parents and his together for a more in-depth discussion as soon as possible. And that's the last thing I've heard about the situation, so if you want to know more about why he chose to submit them, you'll have to ask him.
What's going on? Why? How could something like this happen to me?
Do you need to ask me? Think about it, Rachel. One thing I will tell you, though, is that Drew is absolutely disgusted by your psychopathic stalking of him.
Stalking? That's nonsense. I have done no such thing.
We told you time after time after time to leave us alone, but you not only kept telling me to divorce my husband, you followed him to his hotel in another city. What do you call that if not stalking?
But I love him.
The feeling isn't mutual. Goodbye, Rachel. Rachel's husband finally found the excuse to get rid of her that he'd been waiting for. While it may have been a one-sided obsession on Rachel's part, the fact remains that she was about to leave her husband for another man. He called both sets of parents together right away. He quickly laid out the reason for the divorce and had his lawyer take care of everything immediately. In the ensuing divorce proceedings, full custody of both of their children was awarded to Rachel's husband, and any property division or alimony that would have gone her way was eliminated due to her indefensible and incomprehensible behavior. At the same time, the funding that was being provided to Rachel's father's company was cut off, and 6 months later, the company went bankrupt. I ran into Rachel in town the other day, though she looked like she had aged about 20 years since I last saw her. From what I hear, she's been working all sorts of unpleasant jobs in order to both keep herself out of the poorhouse and help her dad pay off his debts. She turned and ran away as soon as she saw me, presumably out of shame. Now that we're free of her psychopathic obsession and disturbing delusions, my husband Drew and I have finally found some peace in our lives.
Sorry for the sudden interruption. I'm going to assume that this is Jane's mother's phone number that I'm texting, correct? I am her fiancé David's father, and you can call me Michael.
Sorry for not having gotten in touch with you any sooner. My name is Laurel. I think the last time we spoke to one another was years ago when they'd first started dating, right?
I was able to get your phone number from David.
Yes, I heard about that from him. Sounds like you have something to ask me about, so what could that be?
Well, then, allow me to get to all of that right now. Understanding that something like Jess's family having only been her and you, that would make for a bad picture of us, and I'm therefore going to ask that you do not come to her wedding in 2 days.
What? By that, do you mean that you're upset with the fact that I'm her only parent currently?
Correct, that's what I'm saying. Just the idea of someone having only been raised with one parent is a bad one.
I understand that, but what about the rest of the family that will be going to the wedding?
I have people that I can have stand in for you, so there won't be any problems there.
You're having people stand in? I can't believe this. What have Jess and David said about all of this?
Considering I'm the head of this house, those two will listen to everything I have to say about it and abide by it. I just need you to stay quiet and make sure not to show up to the wedding on the day of.
No way.
Anyhow, I'm going to need you to cut ties to Jess. I'm already having to take on someone like your daughter who had a stunted education and everything under you, so you should be more than thankful for that. If you really care for your daughter's happiness any, you won't speak about any of this to her. Laurel, hello. Do you have a moment to talk?
Hello, David.
Would you like to come with Jess and I to the wedding tomorrow in my car?
What?
You're the one who'll be handling things like Jess's makeup and her hairstyling, right? We should arrive at the wedding venue around the same time anyway, so wouldn't it be best if you came along with us both in the same car? Your house is on the way for us anyway, so if you don't mind, come along.
Thank you, but David, have you not heard anything from your father about me?
From my dad? Now that I think about it, he did say that yesterday he took some time to talk with you over text. Don't tell me he was being rude to you about something.
He was talking to me. I'm sorry to have to say things like this about him to his own son, but I have no other choice, it seems.
What the heck did my dad end up saying to you?
Do you want to take a look at all the things he sent to me yesterday? I think sending you the screenshots would be a much more efficient way of handling this, instead of me trying to explain things.
That's a good point. You can send me those screenshots. Wait! If you don't mind this, how about I make my way over to your house right now, and you can show me everything he said to you in person. And if things require it, we can begin to talk about how to deal with my dad right away.
If you're going to be coming, then can you bring Jess along as well?
Of course I can. She already said to me that she wants to come, so we'll be coming together.
Understood. I'll see you both soon, then.
Excuse me, Laurel. Why have you come to the wedding venue today? I already told you not to come, didn't I? I can see that you're over in the bride's changing room as well right now, so what do you think you're up to there?
Good morning, Michael. I don't think anything is going to be able to change the fact that I'm the bride's mother and have a right to be at her wedding today. And I'm not up to anything bad by being here.
If not, then leave!
But I'm in the middle of some tasks I was asked to handle by the bride and groom themselves.
Tasks? Oh, perhaps you work as a janitor or something like that? I remember you saying back when we'd first met one another that you work in a field where you clean people up and make them feel pretty, all while giggling about it.
So you remember the way I was laughing about it then, but nothing about the actual field of expertise that I'm in?
Huh?
I'm really sorry to stop things here, but I'm in the middle of prepping the bride for her wedding day, so I must go.
Hey! You get the hell out of here right now! I told you already that the bride having only one parent, and that being only her mother, is a bad look for us. Someone who should have already cut ties to her daughter shouldn't be coming into here thinking she can be around us.
David, I started to get some more texts from your father.
Is that right? As expected, he's really gone and done it to himself.
Yep, unfortunately he did. Do you want to come over here and see me to take a look at everything he said? And then I will leave everything thereafter in your hands.
Sure thing, I'll be there right away. Dad, you go home right now. What? I don't want you to be at my wedding anymore. David! I just spoke with both Mom and Grandma a second ago, and the both of them are furious with you now. What are you going on about right now, David? If you don't have the both of your parents there during your wedding, you're going to make a bad image for yourself. And you've gone and made a terrible image for yourself by acting like a complete and total jackass to Jess's mother. But it seems you don't quite get that yet. What are you talking about? Jess's mother works as a hairstylist, and not just any stylist, but one working at the top hair salon here in this city. She does the hair of so many celebrities that you probably can't even count them all. What? She works at a hair salon that even celebrities are going to? That's right, and it's the exact same place that both Mom and Grandma have been going to for years now, and are very familiar with Jess's mother because of it. And the only reason Jess and I were able to meet in the first place was because of their relationships. Then, here's something that I think you of all people will find very important, Dad. What is it? It seems that a lot of those hair salons have been left under the supervision of Cameron. And you know that Cameron has plenty of other businesses that he's taking care of as well, right? And the main company that he's in charge of happens to be a massive business partner of the company you're working at, Company W. What? He happens to be Jess's brother, but you never met him before because all of the times you guys were around, he was busy with things like the businesses. But you did get his business card at one point, correct? His business card? So that's what that business card was all about? Don't tell me you threw that card away or something. So you did toss it. I thought he was going to try talking to me some more later on about how he wanted to sell me his lovely company or something, considering he never had a father growing up to make him into a proper businessman. Jesus! So you didn't even have a look at his business card to see the kind of man he is. And when you were told about where Jess's mother has been working, you didn't listen to any of that either. Seems neither your eyes or ears are of any use to you then. Whoa! How dare you say things like that to your father? Everyone and their mother knows that fatherless households like theirs are utter disgraces. Sorry that you can't seem to wrap your head around that or anything. That is why I asked for Laurel to stop talking to Jess anymore, so that this family's image didn't have to be stained by her. I see. And here's a response from Cameron, the CEO of Company W, to what you've said to his mother. Then, this is the end of my company and your company's relations as well, correct? What? Dad, you were the one in charge of business relations between Company W and your company, right? Seems that you've been causing a lot of trouble for Cameron's company and the man he left in charge of relations with you, all because he's a bit younger than you. Well, just a couple of days ago, on Friday to be exact, that man went and made a complaint to your company about how you've harassed him. He complained? Your company was told that as long as you are overseeing the business relations, there would be no more business between you guys and Company W. What was that? In preparations for this wedding today, you took off that Friday, right? Well, when it comes to this Monday, you're going to be hearing all about what's happened while you've been out of the office. And here's a word from your CEO of Company A. Huh?
My CEO is here right now with you guys?
Cameron happens to be close friends with your CEO, and considering how long they've been friends for, he's also family friends with Laurel and Jess. In other words, not another person here has the same kind of skewed views on people like Laurel that you do, and not a single one of us wants you around.
No way!
If you understand what I've said, then hurry up and leave this place right now. If I have to have a father like you around during my wedding, I'll be more than embarrassed. I'm also going to be cutting ties to you now.
Wait a minute, David. If you do something like that to me, then you will have to say goodbye to both your grandma and mother as well. Are you really okay with something like that?
The only person I'm cutting ties to is you, Dad.
What? What are you talking about?
If you have no intent to celebrate the joining of this family with Jess's, then you can grab your things and leave this place right now. I've already gone and told the staff about what you've done and what to do with you.
Oh, wait!
Just go the hell home.
Laurel, please, can you find some way to talk my wife out of what she's thinking?
Good evening, Michael. That must mean that the talks about divorce are going well for her?
That's correct. I would really like you to go and have a word with her right now to try and avoid this divorce, or else...
I hear that she's the owner of that house and everything, so if you get divorced by her, you have to go.
That's absolutely right.
I heard this from your wife as well, about how back in middle school you had to start living in a fatherless household.
What?
I'm not sure what kind of person your mother was, or in what way she raised you that led to you becoming the pathetic man you are now, but with you so against me and the person I am, that must mean that you are also against your own mother and downright hate her, correct?
Yes, that's right. She was divorced by my father because she was too ugly and useless for him. I wanted to go with my father after the divorce, but my mother took custody of me anyway. I hated my mother because she put me into that fatherless household and would be gone day after day working, yet still not make enough to get us out of poverty. Also, she'd never bother to care for me, and that's why I hate her more than anyone else.
So she was having to work her butt off in order to take care of her only child?
Had she just forgiven those 1 or 2 times of cheating?
Huh?
Had she just done that, then I would have never had to have grown up like that without my father around. I'm sure the same thing can be said for you, right? Even if you've raised 2 excellent kids, you're never going to free yourself of being that crappy parent to your children. Any mother who is divorced by their husband has to be completely useless.
Speaking about me like that will only hurt you more. Because the reason I ended up being a single mother is due to my husband passing away to his chronic illness.
What?
Considering that this will most definitely be the last time you and I ever talk to one another, I don't want to say anything more to you. However, I will let you know one last thing, and that's for you to hurry up and fix that bias and attitude of yours before it ends up completely ruining your life.
Wait!
Goodbye now. Something in Michael's last message that caught my attention. A certain phrase stood out. An affair once or twice? It made me wonder if there was more to the story, and as it turns out, my suspicions were correct. He had been having an affair with a female subordinate. Later on, I heard from his wife that this affair was added to the list of reasons for their divorce, alongside the original issues that had caused their relationship to break down. After that, things took a sharp turn for Michael. Even in his professional life, he was removed from his position in sales at the company and reassigned to a dead-end job with no external responsibilities, far from the important work he had been doing. From being a prominent figure in the company's business operations, he was demoted to a back office position where he no longer had contact with clients or any meaningful projects. He became invisible, tucked away in a corner. Yet despite the drastic change in his work situation, he couldn't afford to quit. His wife had filed a substantial claim for alimony, which he was obligated to pay. On top of that, his age made finding new employment extremely difficult. In the end, no matter how humiliating it was to stay in such a lowly position, he had no choice but to stay. Day after day, he now sits at his desk carrying out menial tasks with no hope of returning to his previous status. The woman he had the affair with, on the other hand, did not fare much better. She chose to resign voluntarily from the company, likely pressured by the situation that had unfolded. The scandal surrounding their affair became too much to bear. After leaving her job, she was forced to pay alimony to Michael's wife as well. And ultimately, she returned to her hometown in the countryside. The shame and financial strain of the affair had left her with no other options. Imagining the lonely future that awaits Michael is nothing short of painful. Here was a man who, not too long ago, had everything: a stable career, a family, a comfortable life, but his own actions, fueled by selfish desires, led him down a path that cost him everything. The affair with his subordinate not only destroyed his marriage, but also derailed his career in ways he could never have anticipated. Michael was once well respected in his field. As a sales executive, he was the face of the company, often negotiating with clients and securing deals. He had a certain confidence about him, always walking through the office with his head held high. But that same arrogance might have blinded him to the consequences of his actions. Perhaps he thought he could juggle both his professional and personal indiscretions without being caught. But life rarely works out that way. His wife, who had stood by him through thick and thin, had every reason to leave. After all, this wasn't just about a single mistake. When he carelessly mentioned an affair once or twice, it revealed a deeper problem. He saw his infidelities as minor transgressions, dismissing the hurt and betrayal that they caused. It's no wonder that once the truth came out, his wife could no longer tolerate being in the marriage. Their divorce wasn't just a personal matter either. It rippled through Michael's professional life. The company likely wanted to distance itself from the scandal, and removing him from his position in sales was an easy way to minimize any damage. He went from being a key player to someone who could easily be forgotten. In the corporate world, once you lose your relevance, it's nearly impossible to regain it. Now, Michael spends his days in the shadows, performing trivial tasks that no one else wants to do. The irony is that despite all this, he cannot leave his job. The alimony payments to his ex-wife are a constant reminder of his mistakes, and he's trapped in this miserable routine, knowing that quitting would mean financial ruin. His pride might be bruised, but he has no choice but to endure the monotony, watching the years slip away from behind his desk. As for the woman he had the affair with, her fate seems equally grim. In a sense, she was a casualty of Michael's recklessness, though she too made her own choices. Voluntarily resigning from the company was likely an attempt to escape the shame of being known as the other woman, but it came at a great cost. After paying her share of the alimony, she retreated to the countryside, where her career prospects are likely limited. One can only imagine the isolation she must feel now. Together, their affair not only destroyed their lives, but also left a trail of pain and regret. Michael, once so confident and full of himself, is now facing the reality of a lonely and desolate old age. The choices he made in pursuit of temporary pleasures led to permanent consequences.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hi, Helen, are you there? I need to speak with you right away. It's pretty important, so we need to talk about this. Do you have any time to talk right now?
Oh, Trevor. Hello there. Yes, we can talk. I'm just about to start getting dinner ready shortly, but for now, I can talk. Only for a little bit, though. We always talk to each other regularly, though.
Ah, right, okay. So everything is still the same over there? Nothing out of the ordinary?
Nope. There's no particular problems happening here, Trevor.
Okay, that's good, I guess. How's Penelope doing? Is she okay?
Yeah, of course she's okay. Why wouldn't she be? She's in high school now, and she has her own phone, Trevor. You can just contact her directly if you want to know how she is. It doesn't take much to do that, Trevor. Just message her or something.
Well, it's not the most easy way to communicate with her. Whenever I send her a message, the replies are always just a bunch of emojis and stickers that she's bought to use in her messages. I was just curious if all adolescent girls are like that.
Is this the thing that was so important to talk about? Jeez, Trevor. If she's sending you stamps, then it means she is actually opening the messages properly and reading them. My boss at my work has a daughter who seems to be in the same age as Penelope. She doesn't reply to him with emojis or stickers though. Hahaha. When you think about it, you're in a better position when it comes to talking to your own daughter. At least you're getting the emojis and she's taking the time to read your messages.
Oh, really? Is that so? But the replies I get aren't even words, it's just emoji faces.
Look, can we talk about this later? I really need to start preparing shortly. Can I just leave you to it? Don't overthink it too much right now, okay?
Okay, yeah, I suppose that we can talk about it later. I'll see you next week then, Helen.
Trevor, you need to reply to me right away. Where the heck are you right now? Do you have any idea of what the current situation is right now? How many days does it take for you to notice that you've been neglecting your own daughter? How dare you treat an innocent child like this?
Who is this? Is that you, Heather? My dear sister-in-law? Good evening. It's been quite a while since we last talked. What's with the urgency?
Don't say that you've got no idea what's going on. You need to get back home right now. I mean it, this instant. Now you really need to think about this. As a father, what do you think about this situation? Penelope is only in her first year of high school. I can't believe you will let your daughter stay at home and just leave her in a poor condition. How can a father do that to their own child?
Heather? Hold on, what is this that you speak of, okay? I am utterly confused. What are you talking about?
You need to pack your things and get back home immediately. You can't just leave her like that.
But Heather, even if you tell me to come home, it's just a bit hard to do that right now. I'm in Australia right now. I can't just up and leave.
You're in Australia? You're just leaving your daughter alone to fend for herself while you go halfway across the planet? Why would you go on an overseas trip at this time? How could you sink so low? This is the worst thing you've ever done. How could you do this to your own family? This is absolutely disgusting behavior.
Heather, you've got this all wrong. This isn't just some overseas trip. I'm currently working overseas. That's why I'm not in the States right now.
What are you talking about? Are you saying that you're in Australia for work? This isn't a vacation.
Of course it's not a holiday, Heather. I was sent to work overseas for my company 5 months ago. I thought that Helen would have told you what I was doing. It really was a sudden change in my career. A colleague who was originally scheduled to work in Australia got seriously injured in an accident. They got rushed to the hospital and they couldn't be transferred. I was the last-minute replacement if anything went wrong, and, well, it did. I ended up being flown off to Sydney, Australia to work in their place.
Oh, really? So you're filling in your colleague's spot in Australia? That's why you're not at home?
I thought you would have known since you've got a friend at the same company I work for. If you want a confirmation on all the info I just gave you, then I think you can take to them as they can explain it all to you. That'll put your mind at ease as to why I'm not in the States right now.
Right. Okay then. Just give me a few minutes and I'll check to see if this story adds up. Give me a moment. Trevor, are you there? Sorry to keep you waiting. I just talked to my friend about the situation. It seems like the timing and reasoning for you being at your work Sydney's branch is true. I'm truly sorry for not checking the situation properly and just blaming you for everything that's going on. I'm really sorry, Trevor.
Don't worry about it too much. I hope that now you understand my predicament here.
Yeah, I understand. Penelope was also trying to explain something to me. It seemed like she couldn't form the right words in her mouth, so they couldn't come out the way she intended to.
Is she not feeling so well right now? Are you saying that something happened to my daughter?
Penelope is very much on the skinny side. That's what I seem to get out of her.
What do you mean on the skinny side? I don't understand. What are you saying?
I was on a trip and I was close to the area you all live in. I stopped by your home a while ago to visit you, Helen and Penelope. Then I saw Penelope was alone. She was sitting there looking very hungry. Helen was nowhere to be seen. I haven't got a clue where she is.
What the heck? Why would she leave Penelope at home alone? She could have gone anywhere. This is very odd.
I waited for a while. It didn't seem like she was coming back anytime soon. Actually, it seemed like Penelope hasn't been going to school for a while. It seems like Helen also took Penelope's phone too, so no one could contact her.
What? This is unbelievable. Why would Helen do something like this? She can't just leave Penelope at home by herself.
I couldn't leave Penelope the way she was, not in that condition. I waited for a long time, but neither you or Helen came home. I contacted Helen first, but I couldn't get through her at all. It's like she's fallen off the face of the earth. I don't know what else to do.
Right, so that's why you got in contact with me. I'm really sorry that you've been put in this situation, Heather. As I said before, I'm currently working overseas, so it's not easy for me to get back home.
Yeah, I get your situation. I was able to check that your story aligned with what my friend said. That issue has been resolved. So the rest of this strange story is where has Helen got to, and why Penelope is here alone starving and not going to school.
I messaged Helen last week and everything seemed okay. She said that nothing was out of the ordinary and that she just needed to start preparing for dinner. Anyways, at least I can understand what's truly going on now. First of all, I would like to thank you for checking up on Penelope and making sure she's okay. I'm beyond grateful. I'll talk to my company about the situation that's unfolding and hopefully they'll allow me to return home temporarily. That way I can figure out what's going on.
Can you do that? It would be a lot to help me and of course your daughter. I'm with Penelope right now, so she's safe. I was thinking of taking her to the spa resort and I'm staying at the Beverly Hills. Would you mind if I do that so that she wouldn't be left alone?
I hope that's not too much to ask. If you could do that, that would help me a lot until I can get back to the States.
Of course, Trevor. It seems like the house hasn't been cleaned for a while. It has that moldy smell to it and it's super dusty. And, well, Penelope is my niece. I'm not going to leave her in a dirty house starving and without her mother. She deserves more than this. She should be loved and taken care of.
Thank you so much, Heather. This means a lot to me.
Also, I'm thinking of taking her to the hospital as well since she was so hungry when I first saw her.
Oh no, is she in that bad of a condition? That's not good. I'm really sorry for this, but would you mind doing that as well? Even if I try to get back to the States right away, it'll still take me a day or two to get back and getting tickets and time zone changes and,
I understand. I can take her to the hospital. That wouldn't be a problem for me. Just want to make sure she's okay.
Oh, Heather, I'm so sorry about this. I apologize for any inconvenience that has caused you, okay? I really do appreciate all that you've done so far. Thank you so much. I think my insurance card is in the top drawer of the dresser in the living room. It should still be there unless Helen moved it or something. I hope she didn't take the card with her.
No, it's okay. I've got the insurance card, right? I'll take her to the hospital first thing tomorrow morning. I'll get some food into her and take her with me to the accommodation.
Thank you so much for doing this, Heather. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'll be home soon to sort out this mess. Hi, Heather. Sorry for the late reply. I didn't mean to make you wait so long. I just landed and I'm about to leave LAX now.
Welcome back to the States, Trevor. I hope it was a good flight and that you got some rest. Well, could you please go straight to the spa resort that I told you about the other day?
Huh? What do you mean, meet you there? I thought I'd stop at the hospital that Penelope is at on the way to the resort. I wanted to check up on her.
I know you wanted to do that, but I think you should scratch that. There is something else that came up that needs your attention.
What are you talking about, Heather? What's going on? Did something happen to you?
No, I'm fine, but I think I just saw Helen. It looks like she is staying at the same resort as me, but in a different part of the resort. I swear I saw her walking around.
What? You saw my wife at the spa? Why would she be there after she was supposed to be looking after Penelope? Okay, I'll be there soon. I can't believe she's doing this to our family.
Hi, Daddy. I really need to speak with you. It's super urgent. The thing is, you see, I don't have any money right now.
What? Is this you, Penelope? What's going on? Where's your mother?
Mom and I have gotten really skinny and are starving. I'm not able to get a job and so I've got no money.
Penelope, you need to tell me about what's going on. Where are you right now?
I'm at home, of course, Daddy. Why don't you give me some of your money? Then I can go and buy something to eat.
Is it just for living expenses? I did get my monthly check the day before yesterday.
Daddy, I have absolutely no money left in my bank account. I don't know what else to do. You really need to give me some money. Otherwise, I'll starve to death. It'll be on you if you can't give me any money. Please, Daddy. I'm really hungry. Please help me out. I need you. I need some money.
You've got to be kidding me right now, right? You're begging me for money? There's gonna be no food for you. I'm not paying a cent to you.
Daddy, what are you talking about? You can't just not give your daughter any money. I'm so hungry and need some food.
Probably because you're not my daughter. It's you, isn't it, Helen? I know it's you.
What? I'm so confused right now. You don't think I'm Mom, do you? It's me, Daddy. Don't you see that the messages are from me? Penelope, your daughter? Did you forget who I was or something?
I definitely know that this is not my daughter. That's because Penelope has been admitted to the hospital. She's malnourished and needs food. That's why she's there.
What are you talking about, Daddy? I'm at home. I'm not so sick that I need to go to the hospital. That's totally absurd. How can you make up something like this?
I am not making it up. My mother is accompanying Penelope to the hospital so she can be checked over and get some nutrients put back into her. I also checked to see who had her phone. She said her mom took it away from her so she couldn't contact anyone. So I'm 100% positive that the person I am speaking to now is not my daughter. Instead, it's my wife who has neglected our child. I don't need any more of these messages showing up on Penelope's phone. She doesn't need to see the chat history between her parents. Swap back to your own phone right now. Stop playing games with me.
Trevor, did you just fly back to the States? Are you actually in the country right now?
Yes, I flew back. I've only come back temporarily to understand what the heck you're doing to my daughter.
Why? I don't get why you would fly all this way. I don't understand why you've come back.
Are you kidding with me, Helen? I came back because my daughter is being neglected by you. Heather told me about what was wrong with Penelope and how you weren't at home. She noticed how thin Penelope looked. Our daughter had no food, Helen.
What are you talking about? My sister was at our house? Why would she go to our house when she lives far away?
She was on her way to a spa resort near us and thought that she would stop by our house to catch up. You left our daughter there with nothing to eat. She was so shocked to see Penelope in the condition that she was in that once she saw how dire the situation was, she contacted me.
She went to our house? I had no idea that she was in the area. She just walked on in and didn't tell me.
Apparently she tried to contact you, but you never even responded to her messages. How can you just abandon our daughter with no food in the house?
Wait, so she contacted me a few days ago? I don't think I got any notifications on my phone from her.
Oh, really now? Isn't it more like you just ignored her and didn't bother to check your messages?
Well, I don't have any better way to say this. I'm currently with a friend on a little trip right now, so I'm just a little bit busy at the moment.
What the heck, Helen? Didn't you just say that you had no money? Have you got any idea what is happening to our daughter right now? You know, Penelope, right? Your own daughter? You leave her to go on a trip without any kind of food in the house. She's a kid and now she's in the hospital malnourished. How could you do this to her?
Oh, really? Is that what's going on right now? I thought that she could do things by herself. You know how much I need a break, right? Well, I do need money. I run out of money during the trip, so I thought maybe it would be good if you could wire me some.
If that's the case, Helen, then why didn't you just say so honestly that this whole thing might have just not happened? I assumed there were things that you didn't want to tell me, so you just lied and pretended to be your daughter, so that you could get the money out of me faster. What a crappy thing to do, Helen. I was still in Australia, but I guess you thought I wouldn't understand the situation here in the States.
Well, that's not necessarily what I was thinking about.
Helen, I could kind of guess from over here in Australia that something was off. The way you messaged me was odd. Something didn't sit right with me, and it's true. I guess you were planning to pay for your stay with the credit card I left you to use for Penelope and you. At some point, though, I would find out that you'd use the card, so it was no longer an option for you to use it without knowing what you paid for. You knew that if you checked out by using the card, you would start to panic because I would be able to trace back the payment. I wonder if this connected you to your lack of confidence in impersonating Penelope. You were not doing a good job at that. It was too obvious.
How do you even know that's what I was trying to do? Why would you say something like that?
Well, it seems like that's what you were trying to do. Also, just to let you know, I blocked the credit card.
Are you insane? Why would you block the credit card? How am I supposed to buy anything?
That's the whole point in blocking a credit card, Helen. You're not supposed to buy anything. You're not even providing for your own daughter, so why should I let you have access to a credit card? Why would I let you have my credit card when I know you and some other man are staying at some spa resort in Beverly Hills anyway?
What are you talking about? Why do you know about that? How did you find out?
You really want to know how I figured it out, Helen? I'm staying at the same resort that you are right now.
Are you kidding me? Why are you even here when you're clearly supposed to be in Australia? How could you have possibly known what I was doing?
Heather seemed to think that she saw you in a different part of the resort with another man. She was at a resort on a trip herself.
You can't be serious right now. This can't be seriously happening. I had it all planned out so no one would know where I was.
According to Penelope, our daughter that you decided to neglect believes that this other man is actually your boss from work. You took advantage of the fact that I was overseas, working really hard by the way to provide for our family, and you brought him into our home to have your little affair. Then when Penelope accused you of this when you couldn't deal with it, you just went and expelled her from school. You took her out of school just because she was disobeying her parents even though you were in the wrong. You didn't give her proper food, you only gave her a bit of money and it wasn't even enough to live off of. It wasn't enough for food and living expenses. You just wanted the money for yourself and to have fun with other men, but you knew it was gonna run out eventually. Finally, you took the card and thought that you could use it for a fun-filled trip to the spa with your boss. When I noticed what you were doing, I blocked you from using it. Is this more or less how the story goes, Helen? It's not hard to track a credit card. There's no use trying to flee from your own problems now, Helen.
This can't be! How did you know what I was doing?
I told the person at the front desk that you both have no money. No matter what happens, you wouldn't be able to leave until you've paid for the other accommodations and other additional charges.
This has got to be some kind of sick joke you're playing, Trevor. Don't do this to me! Please, just let this all go this time, please!
What are you talking about? Why would I have let this go after all that you've done?
It's because I'm breaking up with that man, so it should all be fine again, right? We can just go back to how things were before, can't we? And also, hear me out. Since you've been working overseas, if I have to leave the house, Penelope would be alone at home at times. Even though she's a high school student, she's still a girl alone at home. You get what I'm trying to say, right?
I suppose. My overseas transfer has been cut short.
What do you mean? It's been cut short?
The colleague who was originally supposed to transfer to Sydney was able to come back to work sooner than we thought. We were both able to switch positions at a time when we were both in a good position in our jobs. They took my circumstances into consideration and decided that I needed to go back there during the next week.
I'm not quite following. What does this mean?
Well, due to formalities, I think I'll have to go back to Australia once more. With the help of my parents, Penelope won't be a problem of yours anymore. She won't interfere with your future life events.
Whoa, hold up, Trevor. You can't just do that. I have rights as a mother. It's easier for me to obtain custody than you as I'm her mother, and that's just how society works.
Well, it'll happen whether you like it or not. I heard that you've been notified by the hospital about her condition. Because of the condition of Penelope's body, child support has launched a case against you with how you treated our daughter.
What do you mean? What about the hospital? Child support? Oh, just wait a minute, Trevor. They can't get involved when I didn't do anything to her.
You didn't feed her, Helen. You'll be arrested for child neglect.
You're lying. They can't arrest me. I didn't do anything to Penelope.
But you've done just that, Helen. You left her hungry. She could have died since she had no money to buy food. From now on and for the rest of your days on this earth, don't come near me or my daughter again. We don't need you and all you do is cheat and neglect our child.
Why are you being like this? Don't be like that, Trevor. We can talk this out.
So the mother who treated her daughter badly and cheated on her partner is with the police. They both needed to take responsibility for their criminal records and to pay the alimony. Also, a full refund of the money was used to pay for their spa. This money was paid for in a lump sum to Trevor's parents. Trevor will receive a fund directly from Helen. Also, his company ordered him to come back to Los Angeles head office. Once Penelope recovered from her malnutrition, we moved in with Trevor's parents. Their known address was only given to Heather, who helped him out. Penelope wants to go back to school again, so she's transferred to another high school part-time. She's trying her best. Trevor has gotten his life back and tells himself that I need to do what's best as a father. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.